Hello students, in the last session we have studied about some of the concepts of object-oriented programming. We have studied object and class in the last session. In today's session we will continue with the remaining concepts of object-oriented programming. So let's start. Concept A: data abstraction. Data abstraction refers to providing only essential information to the outside world and hiding their background details. For example, making coffee with a coffee machine is a good example of abstraction. Now, if you want to make a coffee with a coffee machine, all that you need to know is how to add the water into a machine and the coffee powder into the machine. And you do not need to know the internal details, internal working of the coffee machine. That internal working of a coffee machine is hidden from the user. So user should know only the required things, but background details are hidden from the user, and this is called as abstraction. Show only the required things and background details are hidden from the user. Now consider one more example of ATM machine. All of us performing different operations on ATM machine, like we may perform a withdrawal, a transfer, a statement, but we don't know what happens internally in the ATM machine when we perform a transaction like withdrawal or money transfer. We are only provided with a user interface with some options to click on. And all the background details, the internal processing is hidden from the user. And this is called as data abstraction. Now consider one more example like calling a friend on a mobile. You are provided with a button that is call button. You click on the call button and the call is established. You are not knowing what is happening in background at the time of establishing a call. The routes which are decided to establish a call between 2 points is not known to you, or the hardware which is used to establish your call is not known to you. You are only known that user interface with a button. So only the required things are provided to the user and all the background details are hidden from the user, and this is called as abstraction. And this data abstraction is provided with the means, that is with the help of class in object-oriented programming. The class hides all the background things and provide only required data to the external world by using public methods which are declared inside the class. So this is about data abstraction. And the next concept is data encapsulation. Data encapsulation means wrapping of data and functions into a single unit, that is a class. Look at the earlier example. We have a class, say student, which encapsulates both data and methods into a single entity, a single class. So this is called as encapsulation. Now this data is not directly accessible to the outside world. The data which has been encapsulated inside the class is not directly accessible to the outside world. And this insulation of data, you can say protection of data from direct access by the program, is called as data hiding. So data hiding simply means protection of data from outside world. The main advantage of using of encapsulation is secure the data from other methods. So data encapsulation provides security to the data from the external methods. Okay, look at one more example of capsule here. A capsule contains medicine which is protected by the outer cover. Same way, like a class encapsulates methods and variables, and a class protects these methods and variables from direct access. Okay, this is data encapsulation, and the next concept is inheritance. Inheritance is the process by which objects of one class can get the properties of objects of another class. Inheritance simply means acquiring the properties of another class. Look at this example, a real life example is a child and parents. All the properties of father, mother are inherited by their son. So all of us inherit some of the properties from our parents. When you was born, some of your relatives might have said, you look like your mother, you look like your father or grandfather or grandmother. So you inherit some of the properties from your mother, your parents. Look at this diagram, you will get to know what is inheritance here. We have a father as a base class and son as a child class. So son inherits properties from his father. So father is called as base class here, whereas son as a derived class, child class. Look at one more example. Now this example, it is closely related to programming. If we have two classes, say a class faculty and class student, the class faculty has its own properties and methods. The properties may be the name, address, date of birth, and other properties like mobile number and all. And the class student also have its own properties and methods. The properties may be again a name, address, date of birth, mobile number. If you look at the properties of students, you will find that students is also having a similar properties like a faculty. And the same properties, similar properties of faculty are again declared in the student class. So instead of redefining the properties which are already present in faculty class, what we can do is we can inherit the properties from faculty class into a student class. We can get the properties from faculty into the student, and that is called as inheritance. It's acquiring, getting properties from other class. And the class from which we are getting the properties, it is called as base class, and the class into which we are getting those properties, it is called as derived class. And this inheritance provides reusability of data and methods. So this is about inheritance. The next concept is polymorphism. Polymorphism means the ability to take more than one form. Polymorphism, it is made of two words, poly and morphism. Poly means many and morphism means forms. That means many forms. Look at this example. In this image, there is only one man, but he takes different roles. He is a dad to his child, he is an employee, a salesperson, and many more. So a single man taking different roles, and it is called as polymorphism, taking different roles, taking different forms. Look at one more example, more related to programming. So we have different objects and we have a method draw. So this draw method behaves differently in different objects. The draw method in the object triangle may draw a triangle. The draw method in the object rectangle may draw a rectangle, and a draw method in circle may draw a circle. So we have a same draw method, but it behaves differently in different objects. That means it is taking different forms, and that is called as polymorphism. Okay, this is about polymorphism. That's it. These are the important concepts of object-oriented programming. All the object-oriented programming languages should follow these concepts. And that's it for today. If you have any doubts, you can write it to me on WhatsApp. Thank you.